Hello. This morning I opened my Bible to a passage written about Jesus just before he was arrested and taken to be crucified. Jesus has been teaching in the temple grounds, and the temple authorities, the priests and the leaders, the Pharisees, are furious because Jesus is usurping their authority. And so they send the temple police to go and catch him out. Now, any religious system that has something called temple police, there has to be something fundamentally wrong at the centre of that. But nonetheless, the temple authorities have sent the temple police to catch Jesus out because they don't want to believe that he truly is the Son of God. And listening to Jesus speak, the temple police come back and speak to the Pharisees and the Pharisees say, "But why didn't you arrest him?" And the temple police said, "Because of the way he spoke, because of the truth that he spoke, we believed him." Well, of course, the temple authorities are absolutely furious because they want Jesus gone for all sorts of reasons that have nothing to do with their faith in God. They say, "But you're wrong." This is the temple authority. "You're wrong. You have to arrest him. You have to do as we say." And the temple police say, I've got my Bible down here, "Our law does not judge people without first giving them a hearing to find out what they're doing, does it?" But the temple authorities are not listening. They want their own way. And of course, we know the story. They got their own way. They got Jesus arrested and crucified. But ultimately, of course, they didn't get what they wanted because Jesus rose from the dead and proved himself to be the person that they really feared that he might be, proved himself to really be the Son of God, God himself in human form. But they weren't listening because they wanted their own way. They wanted things done the way they wanted things done, and they wanted the outcome that they wanted, and it didn't really matter how they achieved that outcome. Isn't it strange how 2,000 years after this was written down, we can still find parallels in our own society? Unfortunately, human nature doesn't change. Now, I'm not thinking of anyone in particular or any particular situation when I say that, but I'm sure you can think of a few instances perhaps in your own life, in the news, in our national life or internationally, where those in authority want their own way so much that they will do anything, disregarding wise counsel, not listening to those who really have the knowledge or authority to be able to advise them. But what if every word that Jesus spoke was truth? What if he really is the embodiment of God's love? What if he really will come to judge the living and the dead? What if God truly exists and this world is just a distraction from the love that God has for us and the future that God has for us? Would that change us? Would that change me and you? Would we live differently? Would we listen to different counsel? Would we truly want our own way and our own result, regardless of how we achieve it? Ask yourself and keep safe.